Good morning, grade 9. Our lesson today is chapter 10, lesson 5 in geometry. The lesson is effects of changing dimensions proportionally. So, first of all, you have to memorize all the formulas of areas and parameters. Areas of squares, rectangles, trapezoids, circumference of circles, and all of those. So we have some expressions you have to know, like double, triple. Of course, you know, but I want to refresh it. Double means you have to multiply by 2, and triple means you have to multiply by 3. So if you will find double the height, for example, means you're going to multiply by 2. Triple the height, you're going to multiply by 3. So the main concept of this lesson, or the main idea of this lesson, that I have a triangle or any shape. I'm going to get its area, its original area, and then there will be a change that will happen to this triangle, that its height or its base will be changed. It will be doubled or it will be tripled. What will happen to its area? Will its area be affected? Will its area also will be doubled? Will its area also will be tripled? What about watching a video that will make the idea more clear? Okay.
Aspect of it, its length, its width. Well, you take a shape. You change some aspect of it, its length, its width. Well, of course its area is going to change. Of course its perimeter is going to change. The question is, by how much? Well, let's explore the issue of changing various features of a geometric shape and see how other features like the perimeter and the area are affected. Let's start off with a little example. So the first one I want us to take a look at is, here's a nice little happy triangle, no big deal. And what I want us to do is I want us to find the area, and then I want us to find the change in area, see how it changes if we were to double the height. So instead of having the height be 7, it's now going to be a whopping 14. And so it's really, really big. Let's see how it affects things. So let's see what happens. So the original area, with the original recipe, is 1/2 base times height, which is just 5 times 7, which is 35 inches squared. Now let's double the height. So new area double height. It equals 1/2 base, that still stays the same, times the height. Now the height is going to be 14. So what do we see here? Well, we're going to see this is actually going to be 5 times 14, which is 70 inches squared. So what's the impact on area? If we just double the height, we see the area doubles as well.
Okay, as you see here, girls, I have a triangle. Its height is 7 and its base is 10. I want to know its area. Its area first, its original area. What is the formula of the area of any triangle? It is half base times height. So what is let's look to my cursor here. Half base, the base is 10 and the height is 7. Okay, so here half 10 multiplied by 7. 10 multiplied by 7 is 70, and half 70 is 35 inch squared. And as I told you before, don't forget to square the unit because we are calculating the area. Okay, what happened here? Describe the effect of each change on the area of the given figure. What happened if the height of the triangle is double? The height is double. Where is the height? The height here is 7. The height is 7. And double means multiplied by 2. So 7 multiplied by 2 is 14. So my new height will be 14. My new height will be what? Will be 14. So now I'm going to write my new area. My new area is what? Half 10 multiplied by my new height, which is 14. 10 multiplied by 14 is 140. 140 multiplied by half is 70. So as you see it here, 7 is doubled, so it will be 14. And 35, when it is doubled, multiplied by 2, it will be also 70. So we learned that if I double the height, also the area will be doubled. Let's go back to our book. Okay, here I have another example. The height, describe. Watch here my cursor. Describe the effect of each change on the area of the given figure. The height of the parallelogram is doubled. Okay, what is the area of the parallelogram? Area is base multiplied by height. The base here is 12 and the height here is 9. So the original area is base multiplied by height. So it is 12 multiplied by 9 is 108. And don't forget to square your units. Why? Because I am calculating my area. So what happened here? The height of the parallelogram is doubled, and doubled mean it is multiplied by 2. So the height here is 9. The new height is doubled. Doubled mean multiplied by 2, and 9 multiplied by 2 is 18. So 12 multiplied by 18 is 216. Notice that 216 equals to 2 multiplied by 108. So if the height is doubled, the area is also doubled. So this is our second example. First, we learned that if the height is doubled in the triangle, also the area will be doubled. If the height is doubled in the parallelogram, also the area will be doubled. Okay, here we have another example. The base length of the triangle with vertices A 1 and 1, B 6 and 1, and C 3 and 5 is multiplied by half. Multiplied by half means it is half its length. Okay, so I am going to plot first my points. My first point is A, X and Y. When X is 1, Y is 1. So here I'm going to plot it. When X is 1, Y is 1. And here I got my first point, which is A. My second point, B, 6 and 1. When X is 6, Y is 1. Here is 6 on the x-axis, and here is 1 on the y-axis. When I plot it here, I will get my next point, which is B. My third point, which is C, X is 3 and Y is 5. So here I will find 3 on the x-axis and 5 on the y-axis, and here I got my third point, which is C. Next, I'm going to connect the 3 points together, and here I got my triangle. Next point, how I will get the length of each side. I will get it by counting the units. Here I have complete units, so it is easy to get its length. So the length of the base, which is AB, is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 units. And the length of the height is 1, 2, 3, 4, which is 4 units. So my height is 4 and my base is 5. So let's get our original area. Area of the triangle is half base multiplied by height. So half 5 multiplied by 4. 5 multiplied by 4 is 20, and half the 20 is 10. So what happened here to the height? The height is multiplied by half. Multiplied by half means it is half its length. It is half its length. So half of 4 is what? It is half what is happened, and it is multiplied by half. again, the base, the base is multiplied by half, and the base is 5, so half the base is of 5, it is 2.5. So half the 5 is 2.5. So half 2.5 and 4, so it will give me 5 units squared. So as we see, when I multiplied half of 5, it will be 2.5. It is half. Half of 5 is 2.5, and half 10 is 5. Okay, girls, let's watch another example.
If we sort of double one dimension, then the area, here we go. Here is an awesome parallelogram in the coordinate plane. I first just want us to find the area. That's pretty easy. You can sort of read it off. This is, the base is 3. The height is 2, so it's a 3 by 2. So original recipe, base times height, 3 times 2, which equals 6. Now, what I want us to do is to consider the impact on area if we shrink the base by a factor of 1/2. So what I want to do is I want to now take this base and multiply it by 1/2. So it look like this. Okay, what's the impact on the area? New area.
Why he said shrink? Because it will be less, it will be smaller, because I multiplied by half. Half means it is less, half of it. I didn't double it. Double it, it will be greater, it will be larger. Triple it, it will be more greater, because I multiplied by 3. Double it, I multiplied by 2. But when I multiplied by half, I multiplied by a fraction. It became less. That's why he said shrink it, it will become less.
Well, it's going to be base, but now the base is going to be half of the old one. So now it's going to be, what used to be 3 is now going to be 3/2. The height remains at 2. When we simplify this, we get 3. So what's the impact? Well, the impact is that the area shrinks by a factor of 1/2, right? And we can actually see that we take the area and multiply it by 1/2. So again, we see if we just change one particular direction by a particular factor, then it turns out the area is impacted in the same way.
It's the same like the triangle. When I divided, I multiplied by half. I divided to half, like I multiplied by half. 5 divided by 2, it is 2.5. Like 5 multiplied by half, it is 2.5. So when I multiplied by half, it becomes less. It becomes less. It becomes 2.5. So the same will happen to the area. The original area was 10. Now it is 5. So the same changes that happen to one of the sides will be exactly the same changes that will happen to the area. Okay, girls, let's answer example 1 in page 710. The height of the rectangle is tripled. Describe the effect on the area. Tripled means multiply by 3. I want to know what happened to the area. So first of all, I have to know the area of the original one. Okay, the original area of the rectangle is BH. Base multiplied by height. 4 multiplied by 7 is 28. Okay, what happened here? The height of the rectangle is tripled. Tripled means multiplied by 3. So 4 multiplied by 3 is 12. So let's now get the new area. The new area is also b multiplied height. Base multiplied height. So 12. Why it is 12? Because the height is tripled. 4 multiplied 3, 12. Multiply 7 is 84. So the old area was 24 and the new area is 84. And if we notice that 84 is triple the 28. 84 is triple the 28. So again, when we tripled the height of the rectangle, also the area is tripled. So any changes that happen to one of the sides of any shape, also it will affect the area of this shape. Thank you, girls, so much. I hope next time you will join and see you tomorrow. Bye.